Okay, I got the brackets screwed on the back sides of the doors. Hang on. Okay, I just moved my tripod down so I can hang on to it. You see, there's the bracket there. I'll show you the back side of this one. You see? Like that. And guess what I forgot to do? I had to take it back down. Yeah, remember? I wanted to screw that in just a hair to lower this door down. So I did. I sure did. And this is what we're gonna have down here at the bottom. Closing those doors. And I got it all adjusted right before I close that. We'll have it right there, and it's almost touching. You see when I push that, see how the door's tight right there, okay? Now let's go. I'm going to close it all the way. You have to close them both at the same time, or not. You got the handles. Okay. Now see, the bottom is always going to be flat because I've got those brackets on the back side. Isn't that cool? It's always going to be flat here. That way one door isn't hanging in, one door's hanging out, and all that. And I have not checked the top yet. Let's check that. You and I together. And look at that. Look at that. It almost, I say, looks like I went down too far, huh? Just barely, ever so slightly. And you think we should fix it? Do you think we should fix it? I don't know, for some reason my battery went out. I got everything popped in from here because the first one I could pull over this way far enough and then click it so I can look back in there. And I've got it. Now I can fit it into the bottom, make sure it's in. And I don't think it is. I can lift up on it, get it over. Now I don't know that the bottom is exactly where it needs to be until I measure it. And 29 1/8 there. I think it has to be pushed in a little bit. I got 29 3/8. I lift up on it and slide it over. Making sure I'm in my groove, which I am. Lift up, strong fingers, swivel over, measure 29 1/8. You go through the whole process again, and that looks good. And we've got it. And let's look at the top. Let's look at the top here. Let's see if we can live with that. You're gonna tell me, can we live with that? Look at that, see? That's pretty darn close, right? That's pretty darn close. And we'll look and see one more time whether or not I want to adjust that bottom over or not. And I don't really think I should, because see, right there I'm hitting. And mind you, if I adjusted this over 1/16 of an inch, it's just going to give it a friction bond, and then it's going to go ka-clunk. You know what I mean? Let's just try it. Yeah, it could come over just a hair anyways. Okay, one click. Okay, going to pull that one back out. And I think that's just fine. I think that's fine. Okay? And I'm just going to double check this up here. Now do you see why I was dreading these doors? Everything looks fine. Okay? That looks fine. I've got the middle gap fine. I've got everything running on there fine. I've got that bracket lined up fine. And now it's all about putting the door handles on. Okay, let me talk to you about that. It's one thing that's very important I want you to catch. Now the proper place to put the door handles, where do you suppose the door handles should be put? On regular doors, the handle's right here, right? Right here. You don't want to put them there. Because as you put it there, to open this door, you want to open the middle out. And so they had their old ones right there, okay? And that would work, but if it was me, and if this was brand new, I would have put the handle over here on this door and do it. But either place, right here or right there, because it's right there, obviously that's where it's going to go. But never, don't put it there. Don't even put it in the middle of this one, because it just makes it a little bit awkward. Because what you want to do is you're pulling this middle out. It has nothing to do with this over here. As you pull the middle out, it's going to be like that, okay? Now, because the door handle's there, you're going to have to be there, and then you're going to have to push on it. That's why if it's brand new, I would have it over here, and then you can just pull on it. You see what I mean? And then you don't have to have the handle here to have it whacked off or something. But either direction, and you know, that might be good right there, because as you get ready to close this door, if you have it over here, you would have to reach your hand over here to give it just a little bit of a give to get it going. So for that reason alone, I guess it's best to put it there. I knew it was one of these places, okay? So as it's there, then you're kind of pulling this off of that edge, so you don't have to mess with it too much, and then you just take it there and push it closed. Okay? That's the part I wanted you to know, and I'm not putting those white ones back. I'm going to put these, remember? Isn't that going to look cool? I'm putting those, and when I got them at the store, of course they only came with one size screw. Lots of times you get handles like this, and in the package there's a short screw and there's a long screw. Well, I've got some long screws, but they're too long, so now I'm going to have to hacksaw them off and line it up and all that kind of stuff. And here's a tip for you. On your strippers, electrical strippers, not these, but I used to have some years ago that also had a couple holes here, threaded areas, so that you could put a little screw, and that was for electricians, because I think it's a number 6. I think it's a number 6, and there would be something over here, and you would thread it in the hole and let it come out the other side, and then you could snap it off. These don't do that, okay? So I can't use those for that. I'm going to have to be real careful, hang on to my long ones, put it on a 2x4 and whack it off with a hacksaw. You can't just take some cutters thinking, oh, I'll just take some dikes and cut off a long screw and do that. Then the threads get all messed up on the end. As it is, with the hacksaw, you have to be careful. Then you have to kind of sand off or take any burrs off so that you can get the threads in there. Okay, so that's my next step. And before you cut, you need to screw this in to see how far it goes in. Okay, it only goes in so far. Do you see what I mean? So you can't have a screw sticking out too far on your door because then you won't be able to get this tight all the way. So it's a happy medium. So check it all out. I'm going to do that next. And I'll put those on. And then last but not least, we'll open and close this door a couple times and call it good.